Hey everyone, Zach Butler, YGO, back with a deck profile. Wanted to show you guys the Vanquish Soul deck I've been using at locals the last few events, and it's gone pretty well. Just finished a case tournament over the weekend where I got second place with this build, so it works pretty well. And I've gone undefeated a couple times with it as well. If you like the cards you see in the video, go ahead and use the link found in the description below. Portion that does go back to the channel, so you're helping me out, which is pretty awesome. And one of the coolest things about this deck is that it's relatively cheap. Most of the cards are pretty easy to get a hold of, and now that we had the Rarity Collection come out a couple weeks ago, cards like Baron de Fleur and stuff are cheaper than ever. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the deck, and if you have any feedback, let me know down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have been working on with yourselves as well, because this deck has been super fun. So first we have the 3 Rosin, of course. This searches out every non-warrior Vanquish Soul monster in the deck, and then it's got the 2 different effects. If you reveal a fire, it can be destroyed by card effects for the turn. And if you reveal a fire and dark, you destroy every monster in its column besides itself, which is pretty cool. You can do some really neat tricks with these cards too, which is one of the reasons why I like this deck a lot, is that it kind of plays like Mech Knights, in that column placement is really important, but it also plays like more of a stun deck because of the fact that it's really grindy. For the other main normal summon, we have 2 Dr. Madlove. This is the Spell and Trap Searcher. The reason why I only play 2 is because I'm only playing 1 spell right now. I've considered playing the Trap, and I've even considered playing like the Book of Moon spell, but certainly is an option. Currently, though, I'm only playing Continue. So this searches out Continue, and then if you reveal a Dark, you reduce the attack and defense of an opponent's monster by 500, or if you reveal a Dark and Earth, you bounce the lowest defense monster on the field back to the hand. So it's a good little bit of non-destruction removal. Then I play 1 Pantera. I actually like this card a lot. It's kind of like a Cyber Dragon for the deck, which I like a lot in that this deck is kind of normal summon locked, so being able to bypass that is really good. And if you reveal an Earth, it can't be destroyed by battle. If you reveal an Earth and a Fire, you destroy all spells and traps in its column. So you can do some really cool stuff with like anti-spell fragments and stuff like that. Even if you use it yourself, you can summon it in that column and then use its effect to destroy back row, and then also destroy your anti-spell or your summon limit or whatever floodgate you're playing, which has come up a few times. Then I play 2 Xiaolong, just 2. I see a lot of people playing 3, and I definitely normally agree with 3. However, I'm playing a different spell lineup that makes it so I only need 2 copies right now. Xiaolong is an incredible card that came out in Age of Overlord. If you reveal a monster to activate a Vanquish Soul effect, you can special summon it from your hand, which is pretty awesome. So it's a free extender. But then its effects are, if you reveal 1 fire, you switch the battle position of a monster. If you reveal 2, you can search any Vanquish Soul card from your deck to your hand, which is pretty awesome. So it basically acts as like a pseudo Rosin, gets you more access to your cards, and gives you even more consistency. That's it for the smaller Vanquish Soul monsters. Then I play 1 Caesar Valius. I kind of want to play 2, but I couldn't really figure out what to cut for it. And you have so many ways to get to it that I figured 1 was probably fine. You could definitely make room for 2, though, if you figure out what you want to cut. And then 3 Heavy Borger. This is kind of like the one that everybody knows is ridiculous. You reveal a Dark to draw a card, reveal a Fire and an Earth to deal 1500 damage. So between this having the draw effect and burn effect, and then this one being indestructible if you reveal an Earth, or if you reveal Fire, Earth, and Dark to destroy a card non-targeting, you have a ton of utility in the bigger monsters as well. So that's it for the Vanquish Soul monsters themselves. Then for the supplementary engine, we play the Kashtiras, because this is like the best secondary engine for the deck. 3 Fenrir, 1 Riseheart. Fenrir being able to search either an Earth or a Fire is really good, and Riseheart just being an extender that can be either level 7 or level 4 is very good in this deck. Then the one of the cards I'm playing that isn't necessarily the most common is Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Infernos. This was an idea my friend Nick sent me, kind of like, I think initially as a joke, like we kind of just joked about it, but then it ended up being really good. It's a Small World bridge, because I am playing Small World in this deck. And originally it was Kurikara in this slot, but Kurikara having 1500 defense is really not great, because Rosin also has 1500 defense, and they're both fire, so you can't use it for that. But this is level 7, its attack and defense don't equal anything else, and it's a good attribute as well, and it's a dragon, so it's got basically everything you want in a card like this for the deck. And it's also removal, which is something that I found the deck lacks, is having in-engine removal that doesn't necessarily require you to already be snowballing. So this can also kind of unbreak your hand, because you could like discard this and Xiaolong and then maybe special summon back to Xiaolong or something. But it's just that this is such a flexible option that I liked a lot. Then for the hand traps, I play 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 3 Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. This was because Labyrinth in my area is very popular. And also, it's just good against Tier, it's solid against the Mirror Match, kind of just good in general, and it's an Earth hand trap, which is really important because unlike the OCG, we don't have Max C, so having a good Earth is really important. And then 3 DD Crow, as well as 3 Effect Veiler. So initially, I was playing Imperm over Effect Veiler. I like that Imperm is obviously able to be used in any phase, but the problem with Imperm is that it doesn't work with Borger, whereas Veiler does, which I found to be really good. And also, Veiler can be a bridge for Small World, which does come up from time to time. So that was it for the monsters. For the spells, I play 3 Stake Your Soul, reveal any attribute, and then summon a Vanquish Soul of the same attribute but a different name. So if you reveal like DD Crow, you can summon either Heavy Borger or Dr. Madlove. If you reveal Ash or Xiaolong, you can summon Rosin, so it's pretty flexible. And then for additional consistency, I play 3 Small World as well. I just really want to maximize my ways to see Rosin, so Small World gets you there. Also, Small World can turn dead copies of additional cards like additional Rosins or Xiaolongs or Borgers, things like that, into your defensive cards, which I like a lot. 2 Pot of Desires. This is one I'm kind of up in the air on. I do like Pot of Prosperity in theory because obviously, you know, you have the additional consistency. However, I want to see as many cards in this deck as I can, so drawing 2 is obviously better than seeing 1. And so many of your cards are 3-ofs that I feel like Pot of Desires can be justified in that sense. I'm still on the fence about it though. It's kind of come back to bite me a couple times, but I really like the additional power that the card offers. And then 1 Reinforcement of the Army because Rosin and Riseheart are warriors. 1 Infernal Arms Durandal, again to search the warriors, and 1 Continue, which is a Monster Reborn or Monster Reincarnation as a quick play for the Vanquish Soul card. This is what you search off of Mad Love. So that was the main deck. It's 40 cards. For the extra deck, we have 1 Baron de Fleur. Doesn't come up that often, but I like having it as the option. It's really just there if you summon a Borger and you have a hand trap that you don't want to have sitting in your hand, or if you summon Fenrir and you activate its search effect and they droll you or something and you have an extra hand trap, you can sometimes do that. I've only done it like once or twice, but I like having the card there just in case. And then 1 Dweller because of, you know, the way the format is against Unchained and things like that. Baguska for if you get hand trapped and your hand just kind of sucks. Exciton Knight just for as a reset button. King Dempsey, which searches out Rosin or Riseheart. Big Eye and Draco Sack. These are the 2 rank 7s that I play. The cool thing about Draco Sack in particular is that it really only comes up, I mean, it comes up game 2 and 3, but it's primarily there for game 1. If they try to stop your full setup, you can Draco Sack them and then use the tokens, especially on 2 tokens, and you use the tokens to summon IP Masquerena. And then on their turn, you have SP Little Knight access, which is pretty cool. And then I play Zeus and Typhon as well. These don't really come up that often, but it's nice to have them. And then 2 Rock of the Vanquisher. I've never really needed a third one. I kind of view it like Kagari in the sense that most of the time, if you get to a point in the game where you need the third one, you probably made a mistake. That might be wrong, but that's largely the comparison I've made. I could definitely, you know, cut an Xyz monster if I wanted to for it, but I just never needed a third one, so I just never bothered to put it in. It doesn't seem like it's necessary. SP Little Knight and IP Masquerena, these don't come up that often, especially SP, but it's nice to have. Phoenix, and then Dark the Dark Charmer. Dark is really just there to be able to make SP Little Knight, or to steal their Little Knight, and then you just have this as a standalone card. And then for the side deck, we have 3 Dimension Shifter. It's kind of like just like the blowout card. I've thought about maining it, but I'm kind of torn on it because if I main it, then I don't want to play Crow and Veiler. And I feel like those are probably better than just the shifters because drawing shifter after turn 0 is pretty awful. 3 Droll and Lockbird, again, just kind of like a powerhouse card. And then Bestial Magnamut, as well as Druis Worm. Just more tier limit hate. These 5 tend to go in together just to make sure that, you know, if you draw like any conjunction of these, you can just do great things. And then setting 1 Dogoran. Dogoran is specifically for Pearly. Take out the blaster most of the time for it, and then you just use this as a small world bridge as well, but you can also just search this with small world, so you get access to it either way. And then I sided Duster and 2 Cosmic Cyclones. Cosmic Cyclone wasn't in the deck previously, those were Lightning Storms, but with the Centurion deck being so powerful right now, you know, like with being able to Calamity Lock, you wanted to have this to stop the field spell from allowing that. And it's also just really good in general against a variety of decks. And then the defensive like Floodgate I'm playing is 3 Summon Limit. I like Summon Limit better than Anti-Spell, and I like it a lot better than There Can Be Only One. I feel like it's just a lot more reactive, and you can do it in a lot more flexible ways than the other cards you might be able to use. And I haven't really had any problems with it so far. And it's not like it really hurts your deck. You're never really summoning that many times in a turn anyway. You kind of do it between both turns, so it's fine. But that was the deck. Let me know what you think down below. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to build this deck and play it, so I'm always open to suggestions. And until next time, have a wonderful day.